Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Mark Vismo. On today, yes, I'm bringing you exclusive content. What this content really is, a lot of people really buy the iPhone 11 Pro Max for the portrait mode. So this video is all about the portrait mode of my iPhone 12 Pro Max portrait mode versus the Sony A7 III portrait mode. So I just wanted to see how well Apple has done in terms of with the camera, since they said blah blah blah. Like, now we're gonna put it up against my $3,000 camera setup versus a $1,200 iPhone. So what I did basically, I set up my backdrop and have with my background. So for my iPhone, if you want to know if you're in frame, you can if you have an Apple Watch, you can click the camera icon on your Apple Watch, and that can be a trigger for your iPhone. So you'll see if you're in frame. For the Sony, I use the small HD monitors so I can see myself in frame. So for me, I don't shoot fully auto, and so I do because I have to control the ISO based on the studio lights that I got. So I pretty much do it as close as, since Apple says the camera that they have is a bigger sensor. The lens that I use is the Sony f1.4 24mm G Master lens, and that lens value over $1,300. The first couple shots that I took of this was just me looking plain in the camera. My next test that I did is the object tracking. So I have my little robot. What I did with a little robot is I held it to see if how much of me would have been blurred in the background. And of course, the Sony surely did deliver with that one, with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and to be honest, it did pretty well. But you didn't get much bokeh in the foreground. It did pretty well in terms of blur. You see details. Actually, you see more details in the toy than you see it with my Sony, because of the light exposure. I didn't expose my light properly. So, you know, iPhone pretty much, it's automatic. It will use up the light and stuff like to get a really great photo. What I did, I cut off all lights. So I wanted to see my Sony does not take photo in pitch black like this is. As you can see, the iPhone, the portrait mode utilize the night mode, which I set that at 10 seconds to give me a shot. So it takes 10 seconds to process the image, getting all the light as much as possible, and then process that, and then gives you a solid image. It wasn't the best of image, but it was okay. You know, for a room that was pitch black to a room like that. So I switched it up a little bit, switch up my background to a whiter background to see, you know, how it. So I start off with the Sony as usual to take a close-up portrait of my monkey head, you know, and this is what it looked like. Let me get that screenshot going on right now. Let me get that screen record. It's easy to screen record with your Apple laptop. All you gotta do is just click on QuickTime and then go in Files. All right, so what I was saying, as you can see right above here, this is the Sony. The Sony has great edge detection and it gives you blur in the background. When you open the Sony lens at f1.4, which is the lowest it can go, and when you do that, it takes in more light. So the more light I get in is and I control my ISO as well as I control the aperture, so it gives me the natural light in the room. Like I can block out as much light as I want to. So with the lower the aperture is, the more bokeh you get in the foreground, which like what you're seeing here right now, this is f1.4. But if I take it out of f1.4, it gets a little darker as we go. So then I have to bring up my ISO and then use everything in the background would be in frame. So I just bring it back to f1.4 to give you more crispy and you're seeing what's in front of you. I'm gonna give you some iPhone shots. So this is the iPhone. Like, it's really beautiful how the iPhone, this is, look at this. It looks really good. Let's go to the, if you notice here with the edge detection, look at here. Before, portrait mode was really gimmicky, so you couldn't get that crispy edge detection on your photos like you can get it right now. Because if you notice, as you look right, you can see the ones that are in front that are really tiny. They're in the background, like way over here in this little spot, and right here as well. So you know, really great job, Apple. You guys really stepped up the game with the camera. I know the competition is stiff. There's a lot more than just this. And then like what I want to point out to you, like what I did. So for my photo editor, I don't use Adobe. I use Affinity because I want the whole package. I'm not gonna pay for no subscription, and I don't use it as often, so I just feel like it's gonna waste. So I just buy Affinity all out from the Apple Store. So in the video that I'm showing you right now, you know, I cropped in the image a little bit, and when I cropped in the image a little bit, because you want that all of the, add a lot to it, and then I kind of shift up the exposure a little bit just to get it to where I wanted to make it really nice. And it actually came out really good, I'm not gonna lie to you. So this photo that you're looking at, this is from the Sony camera, so I wanted to play with it just a little bit, bring up some tone, bring up the more dynamic range in it, because I shoot some of them in RAW because I didn't realize that my camera, I do shoot in RAW, so I had to actually jump out of RAW and get back into JPEG, so it matches up with iPhone, because iPhone shoots in HEIC, something like that. And I know iPhone is going to release Pro RAW very soon, but for the meantime, we don't have the Pro RAW, so you get when you shoot a RAW photo, you get more. It's like you get more page to work with, more real estate. The image gives you more to work with, so you can thin it out as much as you want, you know, without losing quality. So when you shoot in RAW, that's the process. So this photo is shot in RAW, and then I processed that, and then the image that I got from it was really amazing. Was, you know, so I'm very impressed as well. I did the same with the iPhone as well. I did the same with the, okay, so this is, alright, so this is the iPhone image that I did the same. It didn't give me as much real estate to work with because again, it's in JPEG. So you got to be careful of how much edits and stuff that you put on there, because you might lose quality. So I just do the minimum, just change up the tone a little bit, bring up the blacks a little more, and I didn't do too much, and then pretty much that's it. And the finished product was really amazing. As you can see here, that's the finished product of it. I'm very impressed with how Apple has come a long way with your camera. Apple, you know how you do. But again, the iPhone 11 Pro Max can do this. The only difference is you get a bigger camera, and the dynamic range in the iPhone 12 Pro Max is a little better than the 11 Pro. And also you have the A14 Bionic chip, which is in this, and then you have the A13 that's in that. So processing stuff is easy because you can actually edit images on your iPhone. I probably show you a screen on another video how you can edit your photos here on your iPhone, but you really don't have to jump over to the computer to do your work. But again, this is a short video. I just wanted to see the portrait mode my $1,200 phone versus my it was total with the lens and everything was like 3,000 something, 3,200 I paid in total for my Sony cameras. And don't ask me how I purchased these. You know, I'm a tech guy, so I found my way through. I'm not sponsored or anything. All of this stuff here is mine. Overtime accumulation. So again, it's your boy Mac Vismo. Subscribe, like, and share. Yo, you gotta subscribe to my channel. I know you watch. I know you like the content because I see y'all watching. So yo, guess what? I'm gone.